everybody, whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or around the world. This is Coast to Coast. Got everybody in the house today. How's it going, guys?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm very happy. I got a win. Depression run is over after Texas Longhorns let me down, so I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a good day.
Why is this gotta happen? Like, Facebook had to change a setting now. So now I can't just share it naturally to my normal places I share it to, like to my other spots. Now I have to actually copy the link, go to that one, and then it's a pain in the ass. Why can't they just do things easy?
I don't know.
Is that me or you guys?
That was
no, that was totally him. I was getting like every other syllable.
Because their media thing has been an issue, and so in the middle of going live there, I had to reconnect 2 of my locations because today apparently was the day that they're like, "Oh, just kidding, you have to redo this thing." I don't know. It's annoying. That's the main takeaway. Is it's
Yeah, I hate when they do that, when they make you constantly reconnect your stuff.
Well, it'd be one thing, like it used to do it with Facebook where it was like, you're going to lose connection to this in 2 weeks, right? And you could just click the link and then like, it's cool. So Twitter, that was the first time that it let me know as it's going live. Oh, you need to update it right now for it to go live. And so that's why it messed my signal up, because it's like, oh, we're sharing bandwidth trying to do stupid stuff.
So as I was talking about before we wound up going off air, that was in my apartment last night as I try to get it away from the O or the circle.
The ring light, yeah. No, you can see it. Very cool.
And that was the real version. The one that has that's a lot of money. And one of I can't really go into the details of like why he was here. Like it was, but it's somebody who works for the Eagles, and he was sharing something with us that we had been waiting for a little while. If you guys remember, at the beginning of last year's season, when they came out with the schedule, every NFL team did a schedule release video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was part of that. So the video that you saw was just a small version of that. And we hadn't really had a time to debrief about it. So we were just, we got the band back together, and we just all hung out, and he shared his ring and showed us and stuff like that. And
cool.
We kind of just like had a good time, like just reminiscing about the season. And I got a picture. I don't know if anybody remembers me carrying around Craig.
I do, very much so.
So we happen to have one of Craig's little urns here that's kept in the bar. And I went down and grabbed it and had him with the ring. So
that is cool.
That is cool. Full circle.
Yeah, that is really cool.
So it was a lot of fun last night. It was a good time. And because of that, I missed the Sixers game. But I did get to watch the Dallas Cowboys be all excited about beating the Raiders. And now starts Dallas week.
Yeah. Well, Pags, and that's what it is. I think Jerry Jones gives us a win, and that win will sustain us throughout the week. We'll get a loss. We'll go through depression. We'll get maybe one more good win, and then
I'm actually nervous about this week now. Only because I not for nothing. Sometimes the bye week can start to get you right. And there is not been the Eagles have not played their best football as of yet. And with the problems that we're having on offense, our defense can carry this team. And my thought is that watching Dallas's offense yesterday, that there is 20-some points that could be scored. I don't think that they I might be maybe dismissing what the defense has done over the last 2 weeks. Obviously, two really good offenses. One much better than the others. The Detroit offense scores 30 points a game, and they only scored 9 points. And then Green Bay, who also scores like 26 points a game, scored 7 points. So two really good offenses were held to 16 points. What makes me a little bit nervous is that I think Detroit blew that game on 4th down. So it was coaching mistakes that I thought was going to happen in the NFC Championship game last year. Lost the game for them this time around. Because if you take the 4 4th downs, or 3 really, that's another 9 points. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 is more than 16. Now, I can't say that it would have ended that way, 18-16, but they took 9 points off the board trying to go for it on 4th down 5 times.
Yeah.
And blew it all 5 times.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know that Dallas is going to make the same mistakes. And I don't know if our offense right now is running at the efficiency it needs to outscore another team.
I'll tell you right now, though, Pags, that won't happen. And the reason why I say that is Schottenheimer is way more conservative than what Dan Campbell is. Dan Campbell did what Dan Campbell does. He's a very aggressive coach, and that's what he typically does. Schottenheimer's not like that. Schottenheimer will go for the field goal 9 times out of 10, more so than he would the 4th down, especially given field position. So that's why I don't think that would happen. I think you're going to see a lot more conservatism out of the Dallas than you would Detroit.
Well, Detroit just routinely goes for it on 4th down.
Absolutely.
That's just who they are.
Yeah.
So it's not like anybody was surprised to see that happen.
Yeah.
But the funny part about it is the time that he should have gone for it on 4th down, he didn't. He was beaten down.
Yeah.
On 4th down. So that at the end of the game, when he should have gone for it, he didn't go for it.
It's almost like the rule of blackjack. When you bet on 16, if you're going to bet on 16 the first time, you bet on 16 throughout the entire deck. And that's the way here. It's like no consistency. If you're gonna go on 4th down all these times, why are you going to stop now? Be consistent with it if that's what you're going to do.
Here's the other thing that happened. Jameson Williams, I guess that's his name. He's on my fantasy team, so I didn't play him. I had him on the bench, and I needed to play him because he got a lot more points than my receivers that day did. He decided he was going to jump on the pole.
Yeah, I don't know why people keep doing that. Like
Dallas did it. Yes. Now, if anything taught us, Sunday night and Monday night told us, do not touch the pole. Stay off the pole. We try to keep our daughters off the pole. Let's stay off the pole.
Well, that's not true. If she has no brain cells, we actually encourage the pole. But that's neither here nor there.
But you understand what I'm talking about now. Then and I tell you, thank God he did, because it was a 15-yard penalty and he shanked that extra point.
He did.
It became a 50-yard extra point.
And I try to tell him why would you do that to your team? You know the wind is hard. You know if you get a penalty, it's going to be on the extra point. Why would you do that? It makes no sense.
Well, you know what? He was the first one to have done that.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't seen anybody going and doing that all season long.
Right.
So he was the first one to do that. And then Dallas followed up with it.
Yep, Pickens did. Sure did.
Dallas's kicker is a different kicker then and the link is a different spot than it is in a dome.
Every day, Donna. Every day.
That's not true. Because Pags opened it up first, Donna. Look, Donna, here's my thing. If you're going to come at me, it's okay. I can take the straights. But I want some straights going at Pags. Just because he's a prima donna and a celebrity and icon doesn't mean that he shouldn't get a little bit. Just give him a little bit.
I'm a prima donna.
It's just every day.
A little bit.
It's every day. It's a porn addiction, really.
Last time I checked, my nails are clean.
Well, my nails are clean. They're just painted.
Poorly. It's time to.
That's true. It is very much time. I appreciate it.
And I don't know who you're lying to. I know those nails ain't clean.
Well, that's true. I do a lot of yard work, so I agree.
There's actually so much dirt in them; they're not even painted. That's just the dirt.
But going back to what I'm saying here is the Eagles cannot look past this game at all. They can't look past the record. They have to come out and play this game, really. And if it's me, I am making sure I am putting my foot on the neck of the Cowboys. We can knock them out of the playoffs right now. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true no matter what, right? Like, you never want to let teams hang around because this is the NFL, right? I mean, teams can go on runs. Eli having 2 rings is always what I think of when you think of teams that just go on runs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think about it 4-5-1. When I think about that, I think about where the Eagles were at 4-6.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went on a run. And the second to last week of the season, we wound up beating the Cowboys. And that was really for the division. And then the next week, we had to win that next game against the Giants to win the division to make it to the playoffs. So we went from 4-6 to being the division winner and the playoffs. A loss this week could start a spiral effect.
Let me ask you this, because this really applies to, since we're talking about Dallas and the Eagles, this really kind of applies to you guys. With Saquon Barkley, you got a great running back, right? My thing is, if you look at that Raiders game against Dallas, Gentry only got the ball a handful of times. And the handful of times he did get it running it, he wasn't really all that effective. I really think, how do you think Saquon is going to attack it as well, and the Eagles attack it? Because I thought it was really interesting that Pete Carroll went away from the run and just strictly did the pass for the most part.
I'll be honest. I don't think that the Eagles have been doing the run effectively this year. I think our offensive line is hurt. I think that Lane Johnson being out now is going to be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I have been watching now, and I was a lot more critical of Kevin Petrullo this past week during the game, like vocally about it, because now when I start seeing things, and I am not paid a lot of money to watch football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a coach, but when I start seeing things and I start seeing how formations are done and things that are happening and watching how the defense is reacting, I watched on 7 or 8 runs how the defense had 8 men in the box. And if you're going to have 8 men in the box, you're going to lose if you're trying to run the ball. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose that every time.
I agree.
And they're not checking out of it. They're not doing anything different. They are keeping with the run, and they're watching the run fail. And then you're watching, okay, it's like, all right, it's like, wow, that play was poor. That play was poor. That's a bad play. It's like, and you're watching this happen over and over again. And it made me wonder a little bit, is this all Kevin Petrulli? Is this a little bit on Jalen Hurts? not to say that Jalen Hurts is the problem, but if he is choosing to do things and not see some of the situations that are in front of him, then he's got to start, then the coaching is poor.
Yeah.
And that's the one criticism I've had about this entire situation is that you just won the Super Bowl and you brought somebody in to learn on the job. You can't do that. You got a Ferrari and you got somebody who doesn't know how to drive a 6-speed. So that's not how that works. And
unless he was raised on a 10-speed automatic transmission, and then if that's the case, he doesn't even know what to do with the stick.
That's exactly what we're talking about. That's what I feel like is happening here. That you are learning that he is learning how to drive stick on the fly without somebody telling him how to do it.
Yeah, very much so. I think if I was Dallas, not Dallas. If I was the Eagles, I'd probably be looking at that passing game. I'd be passing the hell out of that ball because that really is kind of one of our major weakness is our secondary and the pass rush.
That was the major weakness of Detroit.
It was.
It was the major weakness of Detroit. There were a number of times. Hey, listen. Again, I'm not a football guru. I love the game, but I am not ever going to become an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, ever. I can barely call offenses and defenses on Madden. So that being said, there are certain things that happen that I can call out. Like, okay, you see Saquon Barkley go run out to the wing, and out with him is a linebacker.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? That's a go route. That becomes a go route. And it should be a go route that goes away from the safety.
Right.
So it should become a flag, not a post, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo could probably answer if I'm right or wrong. I think it's a flag, not a post. Post goes in towards the post, the flag goes out towards the flag.
Yeah.
And
or they'll call it a corner.
Right.
Corner route.
But you're on your side of the 50. Yep. So Saquon Barkley, even if he's lining off 8 yards, there's no chance he's going to stay with you because you are the best running back in the league, and he is a linebacker. So all you got to do is make sure that the ball gets to you and you catch the ball, ultimately. And there was the mistake. That's where the mistake was made.
And ultimately, it's interesting, though. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and ultimately what had happened was he wound up doing a post, not a flag or a corner. Right. And he started to run towards the safety. And it like I said, it was overthrown anyways by about 5 yards. So, but those are the things that I see that professional players should know.
Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah. That's how that should be, right? If I am seeing this and I am not a professional player, that this should be a given, that this should be automatic almost.
Right.
And it's not, and that's a little frustrating to me.
Well, there are quite a few players that are there on skill.
Yeah.
Is how I'll word that to not sound like an asshole, but some of them are not great students of the game.
Yeah. you know what's interesting to me though, Bo, and it's just we're talking about those types of things and skills and whatnot. When I did watch that Raiders game, when Ashton Jeanty was having a hard time going up the middle, when they did give Ashton the ball in the flat, he would run off, 6, 7, 8 yards. Like Dallas had a really hard time dealing with Jeanty in the flat. And I don't understand why Pete didn't give him the ball more in the flat. I felt like that was a big part of this game that he didn't stick with enough when it was working for him. And I felt like with Saquon, if I was Eagles, I'd be watching that tape and I'd be giving Saquon the ball in the flat, and I think he would have a lot of success there as well.
I'll be honest. I think Pete Carroll should retire.
I do too.
He was
I think
out
it's ready.
coached. He was
Yeah.
out coached completely.
Out
I
coached by
felt
his
like,
old assistant.
huh?
Out coached by his old assistant.
And I think that's been the theme throughout this season. He has been out coached a lot this season. And
Right.
you could say whatever you want about the Raiders and that the Raiders they're not playing for him. You know what I mean? They're just not doing it. And it was apparent, like when they feel like doing things, they did things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like when they wanted to score a touchdown, they scored the touchdown. You know what I mean? You're right. There was a lot of open holes in the defense
Yes.
of Dallas that could have been exploited, and they weren't.
Right.
You know, and it's like, that's the one thing I will say about Nick, you know, and about the Eagles is that when a play works, they will sometimes call it back to back to back to back until you can stop it. We're going to keep calling the same play.
Well, we certainly saw the push back to back a couple of times.
You know, I'm not mad at it. I always laugh when people are like, "You need to stop running that play." It's like, why?
Why?
Like, stop it first, then we'll do something else. If you can't stop it, we'll just do it all day.
Right.
Well, that was like the video
If you look at Seattle last year, I don't know why people stopped throwing seam routes, because they were open the entire time because the safety was out of position and our linebackers couldn't cover. If you wanted to throw to the seam, you could do it all day for 8 to 12 yards.
Yeah. That was like the video that I sent you guys on Friday. Like at the high school state semifinal game we were at on Friday. Our team ran the same exact running play 8 straight times, and we ended up with 275 yards and 5 touchdowns on it. So why would you stop running that play?
Well, if they can't stop it, you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or at least you shouldn't. You see teams stop. I don't know why. They'll get away from what works. I mean, you're out coaching yourself basically. But yeah, I mean, if you got something that works, you just keep going to it until they do something about it.
The best example of that was the year that Adrian Peterson came 5 yards from breaking Eric Dickerson's record. Everybody in the stadium knew that he was going to get the ball, and yet Minnesota's like, well, we don't care. We're just going to keep giving him the ball because you can't stop him.
Yeah.
And eventually, when it was like 3rd down and short, they might just throw a quick 3-yard pass to move the chains, and they would just go right back and pound it to him again.
And again, if it works, I'm not mad at it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like when people complain about people running up the score. You don't let them stop it. Like, simple as that. You don't want them to run the same play a bunch? Stop it. I don't feel bad for defenses. If you get mad, that's on you because you're not playing good enough.
Yeah. I really feel like the Rams and Eagles are going to be back in that NFC Championship game. I just think I just feel like that's the way it's going. With the way that defense is playing for the Rams, I can see them challenging the Eagles for the spot.
It's going
to be interesting to see as they start to go. I felt that Detroit was peaked a little early, and now they're getting bitten by the injury bug again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it was like last year they had 22 starters on defense that were hurt.
22 players on defense, and 9 of their 11 starters were on the IR at one point.
Yeah, it was wild.
So it's like and they got 19 players hurt now.
Yeah.
Now
Still,
the Eagles are getting beaten up by a little bit.
The worst one that I've seen was going into last week. Arizona had 31 on their list.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah. And it's I mean, when you have 31 players injured, it's very hard to even be a competitive team because you have a 53-man roster. Like, you can't just keep finding players from the scrap heap and just keep adding them to your team because at some point you're going to run out of options and you're going to be playing shorthanded.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to see the tush, but I don't want to see the tush push be given away either. I didn't want to see the shift be given away in baseball, but they did it, and I hated that. I feel like if something is working in this league, do it. The only thing I would say about the tush push is I would like to see the referees really take control over that neutral zone and make sure that it is a legal play and not in the neutral zone. That's the only thing. That's my only caveat to Tush Push.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get better at officiating it, but I don't want the play to go away.
No, not at all.
The only argument I ever made was if it is going to go away, it's going to be because of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they just can't get the officiating right.
Yeah, but it becomes the same situation for a quarterback sneak.
No.
No.
That's why I'm saying, like, you can't get rid of it because there's too many plays that utilize elements of what it is, right? Same with pushing your running back downfield. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if there was ever a situation where it does get pulled, it's going to be because they can't get the officiating right. That's where it'll get those other couple of votes that it needed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a call. I mean, everybody saw it. That one call that the referees got wrong.
Yeah.
First off, he's like playing with the guy's hand. Don't play with the hand. Put your hand down. Call hike. Then it's a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah.
It's automatic at that point. The flag goes up. It don't matter whether you make it or not.
Yep.
You know, it's like because he's already in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of playing with the guy's hand, and that was the false start.
Right.
I understood that. I understood what was going on there. And the referees are not going to do it like that. They had to wait for the ball to be snapped. Because if you don't snap the ball, it's not a neutral zone infraction because he could pull back.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he was all pissed off about it. I'm like, don't be pissed off. This is what's happening now. They are doing whatever they can to make sure that you don't succeed in this.
Yeah, of course.
And they stopped you 3 or 4 times anyways.
Yeah.
Detroit has stopped us, I think, more times than any other team has on this. So, yeah. That's why you punt the ball when you're on your own 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So, enough said by me.
Good stuff.
How about them cow turds?
How about them? They beat the Raiders, I guess.
Hey, the Raiders. Hey, just so that you know, the Raiders are amongst the worst in the league, by the way.
Yeah. And now the Cowboys have a very grueling 2-game stretch now. Eagles, and then they have the Eagles this week, and then they got a short week and have Kansas City coming there on Thanksgiving.
That'll be an interesting game.
And then the following Thursday against Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that happens to Detroit and Dallas every year. Whoever plays on that Thanksgiving game, I feel for whatever reason they have another Thursday night game right after.
Dallas normally gets that extra.
Last year was Detroit. Detroit had the Bears on Thanksgiving, and then the following Thursday they had Green Bay coming to Detroit.
Right, but Green Bay also had the Thursday game, if you remember.
Yeah, because they had it at home against the Commanders or whoever they played at home on, whatever, Commanders or Dolphins, one of the two.
Yeah, they've been trying to do whatever they can to make sure that the Thursday night's games, whoever gets it on Thanksgiving gets a full week on Thursday the following week and plays another Thursday game.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, nobody really yet. Like, neither team are their wins impressive, but wins are wins.
Mm-hmm.
They go in the W column. So,
I'm about to say they goes to the W no matter what. I understand where he's going with that, but
I mean, you're not talking about playoff teams anyway. So, you know, if one of those teams make it, it's because it's, you know, first off, some other teams absolutely fell apart.
Right.
And then, you know, you're looking at a couple of teams that if they somehow snuck in are one and done kind of teams. Like they're not equipped to win yet. Yeah, the Bears are going to get smacked because Caleb Williams is good for the scripted plays at the beginning, the first 12 to 15-ish plays. And then as soon as the scripting is gone, you see his gameplay fall way off.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I mean, if they're playing against a bad team, they're fine. Anytime they're playing against competent quarterback play, Caleb Williams doesn't look good when they have to match for points. So, and then on Dallas's end, I mean, they just don't have a defense that's consistent in any way, shape, or form. So even if you do randomly make it into the playoffs, it's not going to matter because you need defenses to show up in the playoffs.
I mean, I think I see the Bears winning 2 more games for sure. I see the Bears beating the Steelers this weekend because the Steelers aren't going to have Rodgers. And I see the Bears beating the Browns, which would get them to 9 wins and put them at 9-8.
Yeah,
So
I think the Steelers win this week because they don't have Rodgers. I go the opposite way than what you're saying.
I honestly think I think Rodgers is going to try to play because it's a Bears game. And we kind of know Rodgers and his history with the Bears where he's got the whole I own you, whatnot. I think Rodgers is going to do whatever it takes to play. And I think he actually is going to play, and I don't think he makes it through the game. But I think he's going to play for a little bit on Sunday until he re-aggravates that wrist. He's not going to go without a fight trying to get into this game on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much painkiller you can put in that hand to control it while you're taking the snap.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he'll be like, I'm good to go, and he might only make it through a half, but he's going to do whatever he can. It might be the last time that he can play the Bears before he hangs it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a padded glove and some wrap, and he'll get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he does too. I think the fact that it's not in his throwing hand, he's going to do it. He's going to definitely give it a good shot. I mean, we're going to find out in the practices when he starts practicing if he can tolerate it or not.
I forget who it was, but it was probably almost a decade ago now. But there was a quarterback that broke. It was a bone in his non-throwing hand, and he just wore a goalkeeper glove.
Yeah,
for all the added padding, right? So, I mean, if you want to play, you're going to figure that one out.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, sorry, your Christmas is going to get ruined.
Yeah, you can't say Christmas, man, because December and January is not when Dallas plays football.
September. They play football in September.
Yeah, like they're already booking their trips to Cancun.
I'm sure they are. I do think the addition of Quinyon Williams and Logan Wilson, I'm curious to see. I mean, I think that's great for the run side. I don't think they're going to affect us much on the run. It's going to be the passing is where the Eagles are going to get us. Mm-hmm. That's where I feel like, and Joe, let me tell you something. I'm not giving away no weaknesses. Anybody who watches any level of football knows where our weaknesses are. It's not like this is like something nuanced. Okay, everybody freaking knows it. Let's just understand that. My thing is the Eagles. I want to go back to that Eagles-Rams game. If it wasn't for that block, I'm curious where that game would have gone. And I think the Rams can give him a hard time. And I'd love to see that rematch. To be honest,
the Rams are a good team. Like, they can beat anybody. What's happening, Bobby? And to answer your question here, there was some offensive line issues. Obviously, Zabel getting hurt was a problem. Bradford exists in the world, so that's an issue. But at the same time, Sam Darnold was holding on to the ball a really long time. He was holding on to it longer than really just about every other game. I think the only one that he matched the same time was against the Steelers. So that led to some of the issues. Obviously, the Rams coverage on the back end contributed to some of that. But, there was some indecisiveness by Sam Darnold during that game. And then it led to some bad decisions when the line broke down. So there were a few different issues all stemming around the offensive line and Sam Darnold in that game. That being said, the defense was fantastic. You turn the ball over 4 times and you have the ability to drive the field and win at the end of the game. Shouldn't happen. So there were some things that I liked out of it. Tough loss, but what it did show is if our offense can even kind of get it together, they should be able to beat the Rams.
See that comment made right there about Micah Parsons too? 2 out of 3 games in November, he disappeared. Did he really disappear? Or is he facing 3 guys every time the ball is snapped, which means he can't get to the quarterback?
Yeah,
He's not disappearing. He's just taking so much attention that it's allowing other guys like Rashawn Gary and Luke Van Ness and some of these other guys to get to the quarterback because everyone's paying too much attention to him. So it's not like he's disappearing. It's just that the fact that when you take 3 guys every time the ball is snapped, you're not going to get after the quarterback consistently.
Yeah, no, it's
And like ideally the Packers would love for Parsons to get more sacks because ultimately that's why they traded for him.
sure.
But he's also taking on so much extra attention that the defense is improving because of it, because now you have a lot of other guys on these one-on-ones to get after the quarterback that may have not gotten there last year.
Yeah, no, it's that's the biggest thing is he's getting double and triple teamed. So I mean, of course, you're not necessarily going to get a ton of sacks. So then you got to start looking at, is he influencing the play enough that other guys are getting home?
And the funny thing is, the 2 games where Parsons really didn't do anything, the Packers played the Panthers and the Eagles. And what happened in the Panthers and the Eagles game? The Packers held the Panthers to 16 points, and they held the Eagles to 10 points despite Parsons not really doing anything. So it's not like the defense played bad without Parsons doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. So Moose says Dallas is looking for golf course. We are, Moose. We probably are. But don't act like you didn't lose to the Giants by 17 points, okay? So don't act like you're not beatable, okay? Everybody is beatable to a certain level. If you get them on the right day, right time, wrong schemes, whatever you want to call it, injuries, whatever, I don't care. So don't act like you're just the best thing since sliced bread when you took a loss to the freaking Giants. Okay, guy? Calm yourself down a little bit. Oh, man. What a day.
I still think
What a day,
Parsons
man.
is a game changer because if
He is the game changer.
if he wasn't a game
He
changer,
really
he
is.
wouldn't be taking triple teams. If
Well, if you're
didn't
taking
keep
triple teams, but you know what that does, though? If you're going to take the triple teams, that means whoever else is not being,
That's what I'm saying.
They need to step their game up and take advantage of that.
which they're doing. Like that's
Yeah.
why I think Parsons is a game changer because even if he's not producing, he still changes the game because of the attention he requires, and that
Yeah, of
opens
course.
things up for everybody else. He
I
just
tell you,
doesn't
I
take
still
the-
believe though when you guys lost Tucker or not, I guess you're not a. Who is your team, Dustin? I can't. Vikings.
Yeah.
That's right. My bad, Vikings. I apologize. But no, seriously, when they lost Tucker Kraft, that really affected Green Bay's offense a lot. That dude was such a force over there.
because they don't have a yak guy anymore.
Yeah, they lost a lot when they lost Tucker.
Because now, if you look at the Packers receiving core, whether it's Golden, Watson, Dobbs, Malik Heath, whoever else they have out there,
Right.
because Jaden Reed's hurt right now. When the Packers catch the ball, they catch the ball, and then they get tackled right away. They don't have like any yards after the catch skill. That's what Tucker Kraft was. Like you could throw the ball 5 yards to him, and he would turn a 5-yard gain into a 15, 20-yard gain every single time because he was one of the leaders with the yak yards.
He reminds me of Gronk. A lot.
Well, he
of what
actually
Gronk
reminds me a
did.
lot of Kittle when Kittle
Kittle?
first came into the league, just because he's like got the speed. Like Gronk never had a lot of speed. He would just try to like run over you to get the extra yards. Kraft has agility and he has some speed, so like he can get yak yards a lot of different ways.
That being said, if you want to bet against the Cowboys, you can do it right here on Coast to Coast using the QR code on the screen. Up to 125% of your first 3 deposits, 10% bet guarantee in case they accidentally beat the Raiders. And also, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, you can use this QR code for a free 5-day pass, any of the 3 locations, True Fusion Gym, Bellevue Ballard, University Village, Pilates Boot Camp, Yoga Bar, and they have new Reformer Studios coming in here in the next month or two. So stay tuned for that. Find your edge, True Fusion Gym. All right.
Did you see Gronk's retirement press conference the other day?
No.
It was hilarious. Like Robert Kraft was asking for something like some sort of money, just like joking, like, "Oh, we need to get you paid for this one day of being here." He's
I
like,
did see that clip.
"You can just give me
Oh,
your
the signing
yacht.
boys.
Yeah.
You can just give me your yacht."
Yeah, he's not giving him the yacht.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Bad things happen on that yacht.
Listen to Gronk, but I did see the clip where Kraft was like, "Oh yeah, you know we play the Jets, so if you want a 2-day, so
Bad things happen on that yacht, so that's why Gronk wanted it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of bad things have happened on that yacht.
I haven't been there, so I can't say.
Hey,
but you know Robert Kraft's history. I'm sure he's had some parties on that boat.
hey, you know what? Yachts are fine. Stay away from islands, though. I hear they can get you in trouble.
I could see Pegs and Gronk partying together. That'd be a fun time.
I tell you,
That
when
would-
I saw him at the Super Bowl, and like, I'm like, hey, so give me some passes to your party, and he's like, I'm not having it this year, or else you'd be there.
Nice.
I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, like he would
Nice.
definitely be a guy you definitely, have a beer with or something, party, sure. Am I sitting through his press conference? Yeah, probably not.
I think Jason Kelsey is another one that's just like that. I can see a party with Gronk and Jason Kelsey. That would be crazy.
The guy I
As
always
much
thought
as Jason Kelsey loved playing,
the guy I thought would be a lot of fun to have a beer with was Fitzmagic, right? Because
Yeah.
incredibly smart human, but also just like a normal human. Where
Right,
you,
yeah.
hey, let's talk some football, have a beer, have a good time. Like he seems.
And I love
like,
his style. I like the way he
think-
dresses.
yeah.
He's got the coolest style.
I think
You
Cam.
know?
I think Cam Scadaboo is going to be the next one like that when he's done playing. I think Cam Scadaboo is going to be very similar to like a Ryan Fitzpatrick when he's done playing, where he's just going to be a guy that kind of hangs around the NFL for a long time, whether it's a sideline reporter, pregame type host, or whatever. I think he'd be another fun one to have a beer with when he's all done.
I feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I feel like he the way he dresses and the way he does things. I feel like he would be perfect in the 70s porn. I really do. I really
what? Why? What,
do. No, why not?
What is your thing, man?
No, think about it. Think about it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. He's got the chains, right? He's got the open shirt. Always got the open shirt. He's got the chains, and he always has that 70s style suit. What does that scream to you? I'm just saying. Look, what does that scream to you?
Like, I feel like I gotta play that music when I'm hearing you talk. Just so that
There is a 1-800 number I'm sure you can call to get yourself some help.
Oh, I don't look at that stuff. I just talk about it.
Wow.
Just because his beard and your beard are similar, Jay.
No, he always has the open shirt with the chains, and it's always that 70s style type suit. The color schemes and everything, it's always that 70s.
Right?
That's just his style. He likes it.
But it eerily matches up, though, with that lifestyle. I saw Boogie Nights. Did you watch Boogie Nights?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
everybody watched Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg. You didn't watch that?
No.
That movie was
Do you
hilarious.
guys remember? Do you guys remember when Fitzpatrick played for the Bucks towards the end of his career? The one year where he actually played really well, and I think Tampa Bay ended up winning 10 games that year. There was the one game where his beard wouldn't fit under the chin strap, so he just ripped the chin
Oh,
strap
yes.
off and played the game without the chin strap under his helmet. I'm like, that's awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
before they went with those the new thick plastic ones. That's when they had just the original kind of like mesh one they used to have down there, and his beard wouldn't hang in it. So he's like, screw this, and he ripped it off and played the whole game without the chin strap. I'm like, that's either going to end very badly or it's a very ballsy move.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jay gave up the Modelo's for porn. Is really what it is. So it's actually.
Oh, no.
just off screen.
No.
You know how you can see the reflection of the TV behind him? I bet you that is just porn that he's watching the whole time he's on the show.
Just so you know, Jay actually works production in a church. I promise you, I don't watch porn. I promise.
A Catholic one? Because that wouldn't rule
No,
it out.
no, it's not denominational. It's not denominational. Look, this is just strictly for artistic value only. This is not the life of Jay
All of,
McLovin.
all of a
Okay.
sudden, we see Jay getting arrested on camera.
Good morning, Brad.
I think that.
Good
Can you
morning.
imagine this for a Thursday night pregame show? Your four hosts would be Ryan Fitzpatrick, Gronk, Cam Scadaboo when he retired, and somebody else, and Jason Kelsey. Those four together doing a pregame show. I'm like, that'd be fun times. There'd be a lot of not football related talk going on that.
That almost
So-
seems like it'd be a weird show.
I think it'd be funny because they would all have interesting stories just to talk about plus the game.
Let me hold on. Go back. Scotabo we all know Scatterbo took that injury, and that's why he's not playing football right now.
Yeah.
I did see that when he was at WWE, him and Carter. I mean, look, that was physical. You saw that. I mean, they were going.
Like I said,
at it.
Scatterbo would play today if they would let him.
And I'm
He don't
wondering,
give a
like,
fuck.
well, that's what I'm wondering. That's my point. That's my point. If I'm the Giants, number one, am I nervous that he's doing this because I could get more injuries? And then number two, yeah, why isn't he playing if he can do all of this
He's
craziness?
in a cast right now. He's got a cast on his ankle right now. But I'm just saying, like, if he didn't have that cast on it, it was just one of those, like, you're in a walking boot and you're on crutches for however long you're on crutches.
Yeah.
You take the walking boot off every Sunday, go play, and then put the walking boot back on Monday morning.
But if you're Giants ownership, would you? I mean, I would be Kevin Scatterby would come in for a conversation. Like, we can't have you doing this, bro. Because that is too easy to get re-injured. Too easy.
Yeah.
And you're like the big part of their team.
Like I said, he's not. He's a psycho. He's not
Psycho word. Well, maybe he needs to be psycho, but sometimes maybe you have to save him from himself doing that kind of stuff.
A guy like that, you really can't. You kind of just got to let him.
Oh no, you can.
on their own.
You can. I mean, you put escalate. Well, maybe you can't. I mean, maybe he's going to do what he does. But man, I don't know. That's crazy to me.
So here, for the last few minutes, I got a question for you guys because we talked about this yesterday as part of our group meeting that we had here, and I pitched something to this guy. It wasn't group therapy, no. It was just like the group of us that got together initially. And do you think? And Bo, I'm going to start with you because you're the one that's probably been the closest to this. Can a normal person go through an NFL workout?
Like off the couch?
We'll say even slightly prepared.
Slightly prepared. So it would depend on the practice, honestly.
You think
There's
it depends on the
probably
position?
well, no, I mean there's probably some days, but if you're talking like a day where they're allowed to hit stuff like that,
No hitting. This is just an NFL workout, like a combine workout.
If you were an athletic person, there's no hitting. Could you make it through the day? Probably. Because you're taking the physicality out of it, right? So if you're a good physical person, you could probably make it through it. You wouldn't be able to do multiple of them in a row, but if you were you're in good shape, you do it one time, you could probably power through. You're probably throwing up, but you're probably going to make it to the end of the day.
So that was one of the things that I pitched yesterday was that I would love to try to do an NFL workout. Now, Jason Kelce, fresh out of retirement, you know what I mean, went and did an Eagles NFL workout.
Sure.
And barely made it through.
Yeah.
Like he said he got his ass kicked. The truth of the matter is I watched it. I'm like, it didn't look like you got your ass kicked. Look, you did pretty great, actually. That being said, I said, wouldn't it be amazing to watch me and a couple of the other super fans go through this workout? Like, let's go. Hey, the normal fan, not that I'm normal, the normal fan going through an NFL workout. Let's take normal people off the street, kind of, you know what I mean, and put them through an NFL workout and film that and watch the hilarity. Because I think it would be hilarious. I think it would be very hysterical. And we would be doing a running back workout where we have to go run through the gauntlets, like those metal pipes that hang out and you got to like run through them and stuff like that. Like that's going to be the hitting. And we would actually remove the sleds, do those types of things. Like those are the hitting things that we would do, not against each other.
So the sleds would be the sleds would be fun to watch, because I don't think people realize how much those things weigh.
Right.
Especially at that level. Like if you go hit one at the high school or something, they don't have as much weight to them.
Right.
But, a lot of the NFL sleds have some weighted elements to them. So, or if they're really going hard, they have the perch where a coach can stand on it.
Right.
So
I would think injury. If you're just off the couch or even slightly prepared, Pags at our age in our 50s, I would say injury would be probably something that takes you out before the cardiovascular side takes you out.
yeah, exactly. You moved it 1 foot. That's about right. Yeah, they got some weight to them.
I mean, it was.
That's why I asked that question: is what level of physicality? Because if it was off the couch, you're talking about people probably getting hurt, like pulling.
Well,
muscle.
and I when I pitched this, I was like, listen, I would go through a preparation. I would do 2 months of preparation to do this,
Sure.
and I'd have to.
Yeah.
I'd have to so that I wouldn't. Yeah, listen, it's one thing to throw up. It's another thing to just like.
Let's paint a picture. Hold on, let's paint a picture of this weekend. If you remember in the movie Invincible with Vince Papale, and they did the open workouts, and you saw the guy come there, and he had the little pink cape on, and he was ready to go. Yeah, that dude was laying on his back.
By the way,
Was it green cape? I think that's how your workout would go. I mean, I know that's how mine would go because
Which would be hysterical. That would be funny to watch. Like
Good content.
doing the Kyle Stenitz, doing the running back and forth and stuff like that. Like I get it. I understand that I am not the specimen that you see here, but I think it would be great content. And not just for me, but for the Eagles.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Your franchise has done it way back in the Dick Vermeil years. I don't see why they wouldn't give you a shot. And I think it's a good PR move for them. You're the super fan. Obviously, you're well known now. I think it'd be a great PR move, honestly, for them.
It would be a lot of fun. Like I said, I've got the pads already. Like I wanted to get tackled before. Like I would love to be able to. Not that I'd go up against Jason Kelsey. He does have like 40 pounds on me.
Right.
Actually, that's not true. He's got about 30 pounds on me. But like he, as fresh out of the NFL, and me trying to get past him as if I was going up against him, he's blocking me, and I'm trying to get to somebody, that would be a mismatch of epic proportions and be hysterical to watch. Yeah, that would be pancake. Oh, maybe I got one past him a little bit and then pancake. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's your height and weight, Pags?
I am 6 foot tall and 235.
Okay.
So he's like 265 and he's 6'2". So
Okay.
it's not like it's like if I was a linebacker and 30 years younger, it may be something worthwhile there, but a lot of my muscle is in my stomach.
As most of the people our age who don't work out a lot anymore because of injuries.
But I mean, it's like but I pitched this and I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to go through the throwing up. I'm willing to put my body and deal with the pain for 3 to 5 days afterwards, to just.
So what you would probably want to do is, because the timing would probably be right, go work out with a semi-pro team. Go do some of their workouts. They're not going to be nearly as intense or anything like that, but it'll at least get you used to some of the movement.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I would have to go work out with like a summer high school team, like not a summer, but like a spring.
That
football.
Is actually when that's when a lot of the semi-pro teams play.
Yeah.
Is spring, summer.
Or just go work out with the UFL in Canton, Ohio for a week.
Well, that'll be harder to do, but a semi-pro team would absolutely let you do it.
I think a D3 college would even let you do it.
Potentially.
There's a lot of D3 colleges out in the Pennsylvania area by you pegs that.
Widener's very close. You know what I mean? I could go to Widener and do D3. Again, I don't want to be a disruption
I don't think you would be. They just do spring practices usually for D3 like the first couple weeks in April, and then they do like another session like in June, like just see if you could like go for a couple days for their April workouts. It's usually just
especially if you were doing it like because if you were doing content because you'd be helping bring, eyeballs to their team, like they may let you do something to that effect. Worst case, they say no, right?
Yeah.
Temple is Division 1, and I would not do Temple. Only because I listen, again, I'm not trying to be a distraction. Let's face it. I wouldn't be the first 50-year-old to try to play college football.
No.
There have been other 50-year-olds. The oldest I know is like 56. And I remember that back in the 90s. This guy was 56 years old and played on a Division 1 team.
Yeah, I was going to say you made the team, as I recall.
Let's be honest, though, Pat. Pat, let's be honest. The first thing you need to do, especially at your age, and I'm being serious when I'm telling you this, the first thing you need to do is start developing a stretching program.
I'm an active guy. I put in 20,000 steps a day sometimes. Yeah. So it's not like trust me, I am not ready to go do an NFL workout right this very second.
Off the couch, you're going to get smacked.
Right.
It's not going to work.
But I am very active. I do walk a lot. Is that running? No, you're right. But I could, to start to change some of those habits, I could do that fairly quickly and get myself into where my body doesn't hurt after I go run for a mile. And then
that's the point. Going up steps is different than making football type moves at practices, if that's what you're wanting to do, or any other type of height, like 6120s where you're sprinting and walking and all those types of. It's a very different thing. And if your body, if you have not stretched a lot, you're not ready for it. Your body is not ready. I know you may think going up, you are not ready. So that's what I'm saying. Get in a stretching program.
Listen, I am going to go through, and I'm going to get somebody to help. I have to get somebody to help for this. But it's like, hey, listen, it's like I'm going for my scholarship. You know what I mean? It's kind of be that thought process.
So, if you were legitimately going to do this, I would give you some things to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, I spent a lot of years doing this. So
that's what I was getting at. I was trying to get to that point here, where I want to start.
One school that I would look at for their spring practices is Kutztown.
Who?
Kutztown State. Yeah, it's like an hour and 20 minutes from Philly.
I know it.
One of the top programs in Division 2. They're the number 1 overall or the number 2 overall seed for the Division 2 football playoffs.
So any team that's good
isn't
probably going to have a much harder time getting involved. You need a low-level semi-pro team, a high school, a D3 team that's not good, that is just trying to get some eyeballs on their stuff. That's what you need to do. Nobody that's a playoff contender or anything like that is going to want the distraction.
Correct.
Right. I don't think they care for spring practices though, because I
just don't know why you just don't do military workouts to get ready for that. Military workouts, if you've done correctly, will give you just as much of an intensity in cardio and strength training as what Bo could give you. I mean, in all honesty. Just do military workouts. You want to know what? Just do a burpee. If you could do burpees, it is different. I'm not saying it's not different, but what I'm saying as a precursor to see where you are in your training, just do burpees. Burpees are a great way to assess where you are physically and cardiovascularly. It really is. For a guy who's off the couch.
Burpees are going to be good, especially fully padded.
Yeah.
I haven't done them fully padded, but I have done burpees, and I could do 20 right now, which is probably better than most.
Yeah. So usually in football, what you're going to do is you'd be doing a different version of a burpee, which is called an up down, where in between them, you're chopping your feet. So you never get to stop moving. And then usually that's off the whistle, right? So you could be chopping your feet for an invariable amount of time. And then,
you're running and then drop, and then you pull yourself back up real fast, and then running again and then drop. And then it's, so I remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I do have a little bit of football knowledge when I used to play, but it's like it's been a minute. You know what I mean? And so it's, and yeah, this is why I thought it would take 15 minutes to talk about this. This is
for sure.
because
for
it's
sure.
something I want to do. I think it's something that, and not only that, it would show that just because I'm 50 years old doesn't mean I'm dead.
The
Yeah.
other one that you could do real easy right now, which is why I say some of the workouts would be a little bit different, is do a 5-yard back pedal drill. So you basically, you'd be on one of the yard lines, and I'm sure you have a school that's close to you, so you can do this. But you back pedal the 5 yards to the next line, and then you go at a 45, you sprint 45 to the back up to that line, and you work your way across the field and back, and your quads will absolutely be smoked. So
Okay.
so there's lots of those types of workouts that'll really target specific muscle groups that are really designed for explosiveness. Because again, that's football, right? Is in between each play, you got, 20, 30 seconds, but then you got to be full blast, right? So that's why some of those other workouts, although great workouts on their own, aren't quite the same as something you'd train for being on the field. That being said, if you have a stadium by you, running stadiums, definitely a good deal. That being said, that does get us to the top of the hour, a little bit over here. We are going to get out of here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Helps us bring our content to you. Otherwise, we are going to see y'all tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody.